Today on a Common Good MTG, we're playing Mono Green Ramp, also might be called Mono Green Surprise for the Smuggler Surprise card. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, and we got some new interesting cards from Final Fantasy to make it even more interesting. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host and part-time hand model to the stars, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by ACCILLESS, called Mono Green Ramp. Also, I think the better name for this is probably Mono Green Surprise, pretty much because if you put the Smuggler Surprise card in there, that's the key card for making this deck work. So it's a Mono Green Surprise deck. Maybe call it Ramp Surprise. That might be good. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk about how it should work, and then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. All right, let's talk about what this deck is. It's a ramp deck to start off with. Well, how's it ramp? Because, for one, you put out Llanowar Elves, which gets you more mana. And then you'll have on turn 2, you have 3. What else can you do? You can, on turn 2, you can throw out another mana, or you can put out something that's worth a mana. So you can see we're getting to our mana way quicker than normal. At which point we'll put out Hulking Raptor on turn 3, which will then give us 2 additional mana. So we'll have the ability to put out something for 6 or 7 on turn 4. I think it works like that. I don't have to work the mana out on that. So the deal is 6 or 7. Well, guess what? We can play with that. Anything here. And then this guy's 7. This guy's 7. Then we got 8, 8, and 9, right? So as you can see, by mid-game, we're dropping huge dudes. The other thing is over here, that's the ramp aspect of it. Where else is the ramp from? This guy you can put out for 3. He'll put out a land. Who else gives us some? This guy you could play for 3. You get 2 lands out of the deal, 1 into play, 1 into your battlefield. And I think that's it. All right, and then lastly, for 6, you can play Smuggler Surprise. So that's why this is called the Smuggler A Surprise deck. Because for Surprise, for 6, you could take 2 dudes out of your hand and put them straight into the battlefield, which is great. And we'll talk about what the best way of doing that is when you can do it. So we talked about all of the rampitude. We talked about the surprise. What do we really get out of the deal? Let's take a look at this guy first. Summoner's Grimoire. So this is an equipment, and it comes out with a dude on it. So it's just a 1/1. But it says, whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand into the battlefield. So it's just like Smuggler Surprise, but it's 1 card rather than 2. And if this card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. Oh, I see. So if we end up pulling back this guy, Bahamut, he'll enter tapped and attacking. Yeah, and I've done that before. That worked really great. Another guy that's an enchantment card is Overlord of the Hauntwoods. So this guy works really great with your enchantment guys. That's the deal. All right, and the guy we really want to pull, if we don't want to pull something sort of hasty, is Ghalta. Why? Because Ghalta says when he enters, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Meaning if your hand is full of giant dudes, if you could play Ghalta through one of your many weird ways of getting dudes onto the battlefield, then you get all your dudes into the battlefield. And what did your dudes do? When this guy comes out, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. And on the next turn, destroy up to 1 non-land permanent. And he's not a legendary. He's not legendary. That is crazy. So you can get out multiple of them. Ancient guy. All damage is instead dealt to this guy. And he's got 20 for a butt, but he never gets cleared. And eventually when he does die, you create 10 trapped treasure tokens. So this guy, he's kind of powerful. He needs trample badly, but still, he's really just there to delay the game for you on your particular purpose. Zopandrel doubles the power and toughness of each of your creatures till the end of the turn. He's got reach. Vaultborn Tyrant's got trample. He's a 6/6 And he gives you tons of stuff. Life, cards, whenever you put out big dudes. And you got big dudes coming out the wazoo. And we got a dragon over here when it comes to play, you gain 3 life. Yeah, this is all good stuff. Here's Cavern of Souls. Just pick Dinosaur. That's pretty much the vast majority of what we got in here. If you already have Dinosaur out, you could pick something else. Dragon, maybe. That'd be another good one. Just to keep some certain cards from being countered. Yep. All right, that's it. That's what we got. So what are we going to do? We're going to ramp like crazy. Then we're going to try to slip our dudes out through something cool like Summoner's Grimoire or the Smuggler Surprise. And then we're just going to start playing massive crap. More likely it would be put them out just by having the mana for it because we're ramping. And then it's just bam, bam, bam. Trample, hasty, supermen that double their power. All right, if that sounds good, let's get to it. Before we do, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, thank you. FireFalcon. 1, 2, 3. Here's a 4. Smuggler Surprise. We could Hulking Raptor our way into a Ghalta keep. We got nothing else in our hand. We'll see what else we draw along the way. Jumper. See you. All right, want to ramp ourselves. Hey, Chomper. Go chomping. This could get us into some more lands straight up. I think we're okay, though. Because things will lose. This is not an adventure. We'll lose the dragon. There's what he wants. All right, 4 Hulking Raptor. Now we have 6, which would get us into Ghalta, which would get us everybody else. I don't know, is this going to win it for us or not? Let's find out. Interesting. All right, let's drop these guys. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish. Suck it. And we're playing against KKid. KKid. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we got 3 mana, 4th mana in a slow way. If we get to 3, we can get this guy out to get another mana out. Smuggler Surprise. Maybe to get out these 2 guys. We'll just have to see if we can get 6. That's the deal. Playing with some pick out Dinosaur for this one. Hey, Cubert, here's some Energon cubes for you. Enjoy. Wong. It could be bad. I don't know if we can aggro ourselves up enough. We need to get some chumps out. So all I'll be able to do next turn is just... There we go. At least he's not doing a lot of damage right now. Ooh, he's almost out of cards. That's fantastic. Let's go, Sloppy Joe. I need to start ramping. All right, so next turn we could get out nothing. This guy costs 5 if he doesn't cost 3, and 3 is slow. That's no defense. All right, Giantosaur. I'm going to wait a little bit. Put out a nice chump. No, because I got to get this guy out next turn. Here's the deal: is if I can make it not have to sacrifice the elf, then I can get out 2 dudes on the next turn. It'll be pretty beefy. He still has only got 2 mana. That is fantastic, and the blue-green's not going to do crap for him. All right, cool. We're at 8. Dinosaur. Let's do this. Surprise! This is where you start peeing your pants a little bit. Alright, we're just defending at the moment. Yeah, the Vaultborn Tyrants look a little on the snaggletooth side, don't they? He's trying. Yeah, your lack of pumpitude has been a problem. Smoke, what am I getting all this stuff from? Dinosaur, what do I want to do here? Go looking for stuff? What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 6, 7, 8. Let's just go look for stuff. And we win! Suck it! Suck it! I put against Goblinoide. Goblinoide. 2 mana, 3's 4. Got a ramp going. We just gotta hope we're not playing against aggro or something. We've actually done pretty good against aggro with this deck. It's kind of amazing. Alright, unfortunately, we need to get another mana from someplace. And we can get ourselves into Hulking Raptor that'll inject us into a whole nother arena. Alright, we got that. Let's get the Raptor out. Alright, so hopefully you can only pump by 1 time and it'd be scared to come after me, brah. There's a 2. One more time gets you up to 4. I'd be willing to take it out with the Hulking Raptor. I'll have 6. What can I pay for 6? Just the Overlord. Alright, just no attacks. We'll sit there in case the Hydra goes a little crazy. We got 2 dudes to crazy up on him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still, I got the 7. I need 8 for Ghalta. And there we go. Yeah, I'm cool. Alright, we're looking pretty smoking. Nah, it's fine. I can sacrifice a couple guys. I get the Vaultborn Tyrant's fine. I just got to worry about the Mossborn Hydra getting way up beyond our ability to deal with. I'm hoping he can only double his way up to 10 at this point. All right, no lands. Are you actually out? All right, I'm gonna go to Crazy Town on you now. All right, there we go. Let's go, and we're in. Super trample time. Super trample time. And we win! Victory! Victory! Alright, playing against Krispy. As I see a huge problem where we lose our momentum if we don't pick up another mana along the way. No, Choky Bow. And we got the mana we're looking for. Nothing I could do, though. Let's just say no. I need force. We get the Hulking Raptor, so we got to play defensively. What you want to do, hippie? Don't be shooting Llanowar. Leave him alone. All right, cool. All right, so now I got the ability to do 6. Here's 7. 7 gets us into Hunger Dominus. Drop it like it's hot. All right, pump, and there we go. All right, you can choose to sacrifice a lot of your guys. You can do it. You only have to jump with the 1. That's all you really have to do. All right, we're good. Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 still. And we win! In your face, Junie B. Jones! In your face! Alright, playing against stranglerootgeis. Stranglerootgeis? Nope. No to goblins. Alright, we get ourselves a land next turn. All right, we'll get that guy out. I could just go straight for... No, I don't have... I thought I might have had the Hulking Raptor. Oh, there he is. Ginosaur. All right, stay alive, Ginosaur. You don't have the mana to kill him. He's ward 2, right? Yeah. And they don't make a 3-point single mana drop. Do it. Come on. Let it go. Pick up my mana. I gain 3 life and a draw card. Really? You're just going to let me play that again? It's where it's at. What are you doing there? Popo counters? I see 5. Ooh, I could Ghalta this, can't I? You're gonna hate it. Ghalta! Doesn't matter. I can still just bring them all back. There we go. There we go, hippie. Victory! Alright, put against JeroenMagic. Alright, 2 mana into 3. Keep it. Hopefully pick up some more mana along the way. Keep cards from getting burnt on fire. See, there's nothing to drop for 3, but we do have a 4. That 4 will get us into a Ghalta. That'd be great. Alright, put against rabbits. Hopefully we can just surprise this guy with overbearing force. Alright, so you can recognize the potential problem right here. That's the thing, and can he do anything about it? Because if he kills her or gets rid of it in some way, I'm screwed. I mean, I have, what, 5 mana? And I don't... These things cost at least 7. Come on! No! There you go. I can say, I don't want to be seeing any, Raised by Ghosts or Sheltered by Ghosts. Fine. You're going to be playing with Ghalta in a second here. Ah, we're looking a lot better there. Oh. Should I go to Crazy Town? What do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough to go crazy with. Yeah, whatever, man. Have a good time. All right, so we've got 3 dinosaurs holding down the gates at the moment. You want to attack? He's going to have to try. Nope. Not doing it. Should we hold back? Let's, so I can just get him indestructible. Nah, I'm gonna go forward. And we win! And we win! Decisions had to be made, and apparently I made the right ones. Victory! Alright, so here we are with Mono Green Ramp. This is probably one of the best Mono Green Ramp decks I've played in a long time. Yeah, it was fantastic. I was taking out aggro decks with it, which I couldn't believe. It did really, really well. One of the good reasons why is because we can ramp up to 3 on turn 2, which means by turn 3 we're getting to 4, which gets us into the Raptor. Raptor gets us up to 6. 6 gets us into surprises, which drops out other dudes. And these guys are handy little helpers that just love to bring everything else out. So big time, the rampage, the pure flooding of your guys out onto the board is just divine. And the effects when they hit the battlefield are also really, really good. So a lot of good ramp, a lot of good mana, a lot of beefy guys. We don't have any fight spells in here. That felt a little weird, but still, I didn't really miss it. I prefer to have a little bit more like creature control where I'm going after people's individual creatures. This one didn't care. I mean, the only thing I had Bahamut there, who was able to start destroy up to target, non-land permanent. The thing is, I was able to get to him. There's 3 of them in the deck. I just had to fish them out. With Smuggler Surprise, that usually wasn't too big of a problem. All right, so let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? Yeah, it was Smuggler Surprise. You were the big player there. It really, like Ghalta was also right there, honorable mention. But Ghalta cost, 8 to put out? Smuggler Surprise, I was paying 6 for this. So, yeah, it's 6 mana. That's harsh. But the 6 would bring out 2 creatures. And if I could bring out Ghalta as one of it, I could bring out everybody else I had in my hand. Plus, Smuggler Surprise let me to go mill 4 cards and bring 2 from the mill cards back to my hand. Which if I had the 2 additional, then the 6. So that means for the same price as Ghalta, I could potentially bring back Ghalta and then everything else. Yeah, Smuggler Surprise by far the MVP. But you definitely needed other cards for Smuggler Surprise to be awesome. But yeah, you are the beating heart of this deck. So congratulations, Smuggler Surprise. You were today's MVP. You're going to Disneyland. All right, what else we got? Is this deck competitive? I ended up with a 64% win rate. Yeah, that's well within the range of being a competitive deck. I'd say it felt very much like a Platinum Mythic type of deck you would pick up off of Magic GG. Something that's been doing really well. I would say, yeah, this is great. The weird part, I've said it again and again about this deck, is that there's 5 not green mana in here, and yet they just showed up constantly. One time I played, I just immediately pushed the start, and I forgot to look at my mana. All I had was like Cavern of Souls and Adventures In. That was it. I couldn't even play a Llanowar Elf. It was ridiculous. Somehow these 5 mana come up all the time, despite the fact there are 16 green mana otherwise. It was weird. That's just me bitching a little bit about the deck. So anyways, yeah, this is a competitive deck. It is a competitive deck, yes. Was this deck fun? Yes. I mean, it was super fun, but it was not the way I like it to be. I mean, here's the, if you look at it, there's 1, there's 2, there's nothing at 3, which is crazy. All the good stuff is at the end, but then again, you're using alternate ways to get it in. But the alternate ways to get it in, you really need to surprise it in, or you got to keep that ramp going. And we do have the ability to get to the ramp, right? That's not bad. But we're not playing till mid-game. That's the problem. And so your early game is rough. And yeah, that's another great way of getting in. The Summoner's Grimoire is a fantastic card. Really liked it. What I like is you don't have to do damage for it. You just have to attack. That's all you have to do. And then she's doing what she does best. And it's an equipment, so you just throw it on one of your other creatures if you want to. And the next turn after that, bring somebody else out of your hand. No, this is a great card. I forgot to mention this one. It's really good. So anyways, was this deck fun? Yeah, early game was a little rough. It was just, you were just dying to try to get mana out as hard as possible. So, I'm going to pull back on the fun. I usually like more of an early game aggro thing. This thing was just kind of like, you just got to you got to grind through the early steps. It wasn't as fun at the beginning, but just by the time you get to mid-game, everything just starts snapping in place. So yeah, it's a great fun deck to play, but it takes a while to get there. So I'm going to choke it back a little bit on the fun score. Lastly, was this deck interesting? I mean, it was a standard ramp deck all the way through from the beginning to the end. The only deal is then we started getting in, was it Summon Bahamut was a new card. I was about the Bloomvine Regent. He's all right. He's just a mana source. The Summer's Grimoire. Yeah, that was another new interesting card. So I'm going to have to say, yeah, putting in the new Final Fantasy cards. I didn't even see this guy. We never played with him ever. Damage isn't removed from this creature during the cleanup steps. He's got 20 life. All right. All damage is dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt damage to the creature instead. Ooh, smoke. 10 tapped creature tokens. That guy is interesting. All right, so anyways, we do have some new interesting cards in here. That's pretty much what makes this into an interesting deck. So there you go. There you go. Mono Green Ramp. Let's wrap this thing up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was this deck interesting? Yeah. I'm going to give this one a solid A. It was a great deck. Totally worth playing, and I'm going to give it a solid A. Alright, so if you decide to play with this deck, I hope you have as much fun with it as I did. But that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of the commonly good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys.